again. It's good to see you. And I know some of you may already be feeling what I call the work blues. Yeah, some may think, oh, it's too early in the year to be feeling work blues. But some of you probably just picked it right up from where you left it off from 2014. So let's talk a little bit about work blues and how you're coping with the work stress. Yes, you are back at work and you're starting to feel the stress and strain of coping with your boss. Yeah, that's your boss that you've been hoping would get transferred, or that worse things would happen to him. I would not voice those thoughts out because they're not nice thoughts that you should be having about your boss or your co-workers. For some of you who are not thinking very charitable thoughts towards your co-workers, and those on your personal public enemy list in your office. Oh yeah, some people have a long list of the people in their office who they've designated public enemy number one, and they may have more than one number one on their public enemy list. Now, possibly you're shocked that the year changed, but that they did not change. Yeah, you were expecting them to come back in the new year, all changed and adapted to what you want them to be. I hate to break it to you, bundles of sunshine, my bundles of sunshine, but perhaps you are the one who needs to change. Don't throw stones at me. Well, of course you can't. I'm here far away in the US and you're sitting in your living room. So yes, you're not going to throw stones at me. So you actually throw stones at me. Throw it right at my nose on your screen. Now, people, it is possible that your work stress is early in the year is due to your communication. It's possible that communicating the way you've been doing in 2014 has cost you nothing but migraines, stomach upset, and elevated blood pressure, which are all some of the things that can happen to you when you're stressed. Now, perhaps you need to try a different route to where you're going to. Now, let's look at communicating more effectively. Recognize, people, that you have little control over others, and you do, however, have some influence over others. Now, disappointment can be reduced or eliminated by better communication, which is a good thing. Listen more to what others are really saying, and when necessary, restate what you hear. For example, you can say to your colleague, okay, Sanami, what you're saying, is it that I should not put my plate on your desk, if that's what they say, and let them say yes it is, so that you understand that this is exactly what you heard and what they are saying, just to restate that what you hear is what was said. Now, most stress is caused by not understanding what the person is saying and meaning, and by restating what was said, you reduce the problems at the very beginning. Now, you can also ask others to restate what you think they said, because many times, especially when there's conflict, people are hearing what they've already determined they're going to hear. They're not actually listening, and they're not actually hearing what is being said. And if they're hearing, they're not actually understanding, because they've decided this is a nasty person. Whatever they say is nasty. And so you're saying the nicest and sweetest things, but they're only hearing nasty, 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 and they'll be reacting according to what they think that they're hearing. Now, what you could say, for example, would be to say, okay, Ngozi, would you tell me what you heard me say, so that we are both clear on what I actually said and what I actually want? And this is a very simple but powerful tool. Now, if you do not like your job or your career path and you feel you need to stick with it for the sake of the income, you could begin by making an exit plan. You can start to make your exit plan this 2015 and have a projection of when you're going to exit and get to do what you actually enjoy or what you want to do. Now, think of your current job as a stepping stone and in an in-between place while you plan for what truly fulfills you. And this would help you to stay happy and to stay energized while you look forward to your utopia, which is ahead of you. Now, use this as a happy thought and let it help you to keep going and moving forward. Now, on the other hand, you could also decide to take a risk and leap off the cliff. Yeah, well, I did not mean that literally. So people, please do not sue me if your loved one goes to the side of a cliff and leaps off and says, Adanma said so that I will have no stress. Well, you actually will have no stress anymore, because you'll probably be dead, and dead people don't have stress. But the bad news is you're going to end your life, and it's not a good thing, and you're going to leave the people behind who love you feeling stressed. So please, that's not what I meant. What I meant is take a risk, do something that you've never done before. Now, I have a story that is going to buttress this point, and this is the story. So listen to my story and see how interesting it is. A young man who would promise people non-existent features only to go back to his developers and demand them to build the products. This young man would also hire staff that are unqualified for their position only to train them later with manuals and books. He wasn't even an expert in the trainings he was conducting. But the thing is that today, his net worth is somewhere around 50 billion US dollars. His name is Larry Ellison, and he's the founder of Oracle. What about that? Interesting, isn't it? He started from not knowing, not being sure, not even having a clue as to what he's doing. He turned himself into an expert where he was not an expert. So that tells you that anybody can achieve anything and do anything. I don't know about you, but I think I want my net worth to be up to 50 billion US dollars. So I'm going to go off and train some people now without knowing exactly what I'm training them on. And when I get my $50 billion, I'll get some to you, hopefully. I'll see you tomorrow. Have a beautiful day.